And plus, compared to where I was at, the Black Hills are crap.
Did you go to Jackson Hole?
Big Sky.
Yep, I'm gonna talk about that today. I don't know if Mary has something planned for you today.
You're like 3 hours.
Oh,
Okay. Yep, you're gonna do the same thing everybody else does today. We'll do
Will you please plug that in? Please, and thank you.
Okay.
This room didn't get any cleaner.
Grab your computer and do that.
just like your house, please.
My house is clean. Eric, is my house clean? Yeah, thank you.
Computer and get it going.
Hey, so her dad picks the rocks off the road. What do you expect?
He has to get every little inch of snow off of the sidewalk when he scoops it.
Hey,
It's like my grandpa.
I don't ask questions.
It's
I just
like my
let him do his
grandpa.
thing.
Are we ready?
Don't know.
I tried hitting the before.
I got the answer. Ready as I'll ever be. That's off the movie.
Can it come out?
At the end, in about an hour. Get your computer and get it going.
Mrs. Schneider, did you like that joke?
I did. Just cute. Mr. Schneider, have you seen the movie Constipated? No, because it hasn't come out yet.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Grab your computer, go to Edge.
It's really funny because it's stupid.
And I also like the book Everybody Poops, so.
Oh, when my little brother
tried hitting
Casey's
Coop
younger,
before
It's a real
me
book.
and him were all in the same
Really?
room.
Yeah.
It's
I
actually a
missed.
real
Oh, no.
book.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's a
knows.
real book.
Mrs. Schneider!
And so his
No, it's in the middle of our pasture. Oh, actually in the middle of field. We're moving from our house.
Mrs. Schneider, do you have the book?
I saw
I
it
do not.
and I tried
looked at
hitting
it.
it.
Have you read it
There's
all?
also one called Go to the
It also doesn't help that you
Well,
can't pull it pretty fast.
Paige Brooklyn has it.
Go
You do
the
have the
F
book
to
Everybody
sleep.
Poops?
And they
Can I
don't
borrow
turn
it?
corners like
And like,
the
I'm
and
gonna
like
read
the
it.
moon is blocking out the F one.
I had it. I set it underneath for them, but I
It has
missed
like a
the
little
tire.
hoops. Like this is
It
what
stopped,
We
and I
need to
didn't
set
stop.
you up with the vlog today, too.
Yeah.
All right, people.
I think we're doing this.
It's officially class time.
Ugh.
And it's officially the third 9 weeks, which means
We should be a little
We
bit
only have
farther.
18 weeks left.
you have to be better than you were in the second 9 weeks.
Wait.
Do more than 8.
No, wait, time out. That means school's almost over.
And there
No,
you go.
it means it's closer to over than it is to starting, but it's not almost over.
Yeah, it is.
You
It's
just
not almost
totally,
over till the 1st of May.
you just like totally killed the moment.
I think it's almost over when we hit the fourth 9 weeks. We hit the 200 mark in the 400.
Almost over is 51%.
Yep.
So then you're almost failing because you have no points.
Not true.
Well,
Track's stupid.
You gotta be careful how you look at things.
So are you.
I know I'm stupid. I've already recognized this.
Okay.
Duh.
Easy. Ignorant is temporary, stupid is permanent. Gotta be careful with the words you use. Like I said a minute and a half ago. Sophomores, to be better, you have to try harder. But you're older now, so you can do that. Right?
I'm a year older than I was last year at the same time.
And you're a month older than you were last time I saw you. Because that was December and this is January.
Yep.
Yeah, but we tore the page off the calendar, so it counts.
hey, my birthday's in.
I'm 2 weeks
19
older
days.
than what you saw me 2 weeks ago.
And you had 2 weeks of vacation for your brain to...
Technically, it wasn't 2
Actually, it dumped out all the information.
Derek Thomas
He had a
died
breakdown.
16 years ago on February
Actually,
8th.
I was sitting in this room with all my family, and I was looking at all their eye color. And 2 brown-eyed parents had blue-eyed babies, so I was telling them about their heterozygous recessive genes.
Guess what your assignment's going to be later today?
You know what? We need to clear this up, too, while we're at it.
It's I bet they're picking why is she telling us this?
A.
Am I right, Brooklyn?
AARP.
Alcohol Anonymous, yeah.
That's why you were
Do
telling
you remember that, the trend? We had at least 3 people in here who got this one right, and got this one right,
Forget that one.
and missed all the capital ones.
Sometimes.
I bet I know.
First party
Hang on,
semester
hang on,
test.
hang on.
Sometimes.
Don't talk, don't say answers. Chill. What was the question?
I
I don't remember.
The first
It
part
was
of your semester
say
test,
whether
where you had to identify whether or not they were heterozygous or homozygous.
Oh.
Oh, I was completely confused with that, so.
You got them
Jill,
all.
don't answer.
Hey, will you
Don't
tell me
answer.
what I got?
How many, don't answer, answer in your head. How many of those three things are heterozygous? And how many are homozygous?
2.
And how is that don't answer in your head thing going?
Dingbats.
It's Brooklyn.
Sad.
And Erica.
It was all Brooklyn, I didn't get it.
We found it amusing because I showed it to him and I was like, why did they get these? And there's at least 3 of you who got all of these wrong, just the capitals. You put those as hetero instead of homo, but you got all the rest of them correct.
That was me.
And he's the one who found the trend with her. He said, well, it's all the capital ones that they missed.
I think we're just all stupid.
So,
I think I just got home.
can you explain your thinking there? Haley was one of them. She's figured that part out so far, so yes.
Where are you guys finding your answers to this?
In Google Drive where you put your test.
In the annotate portion? You have to
Well,
click the annotation button underneath.
You said Edmodo, so that's why I was.
It isn't in Moto.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm lying to you. You did this in Google.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mrs. Schneider.
Haley, do you remember what you were thinking?
Me. People, you guys are crap.
I just wanted to get out of there, to be honest with you.
They on question
So-
1?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's never good.
Oh,
I
that's not
looked
a good
at all of
sign.
the semester tests
See, I
before I
think the
even
first
got
question was the
started.
hardest when they
and
told me
then
to put
I
my
just
name
wanted
down.
to
And I was
leave.
like, should I go by my street name? My
Should
real
I go by
name,
my street
alias,
name?
My pen name? I didn't really know. So I just put down my birth given name.
Ah!
That took about half the test.
So, we're, well into class now,
Yay.
and it's time to go. In order to be better, you have to try more. That's where I left off, before we got sidetracked for the 14th time in 7 minutes.
I don't think I
So, in order to help you be better, we're going to ask more of you. We're going to require more of you to get the same grades,
Almost like a bad country song.
a little bit.
The dog.
And, no, the dog
Did
did
he
not
lose the
die.
girl?
Got ran over by a train.
That's
My
nice.
mama got ran over by
Mama
a train.
got run over by a train in the rain.
With a cane? On the plane.
Well, wait till the end of class and ask me to finish that song, because I can do it. But probably not while the video's going. We don't want bad country songs on video.
That's true.
I need you to go to the web.
Which web?
I picked Bing, but pick wherever you want, because you're gonna go find stuff. I need you to find 21st century skills.
What?
My computer's being extremely
Skills?
dumb today.
Skills.
Skittles! I love Skittles. Skittles are
That's
good.
like the second thing I thought about.
Like, I got skills.
Oh, I found
Well,
it.
without a
Z.
Z.
It says, are a set of abilities
Skills
that
off
students
of,
need to develop in order to
One Tree Hill?
succeed in
One
the
Tree Hill.
information age.
Skittles?
You watch One Tree Hill?
Hey,
Really? How far are you?
I finished it. Me and Brianna finished
It's
it.
written by great singer.
They're gonna find some
Okay,
stuff.
all
I
you
never
calm
watched
down
it.
and
I
be
thought you
cool.
said it was dumb.
Hate it when you
You won't, I saw it.
Fish at birth was dumb.
That's all.
Yeah, I don't
Have
want
you
it.
found 21st century skills?
If my Google would ever open,
When I walk by and look, I'm seeing Google searches. I'm not seeing web pages.
I'm seeing it.
Partnership for 21st.
You should read the blurbs on the Google search page and then check one out. And I would suggest that you right click, open a new tab, because if the one you open sucks, you can just hit the red X and your search is right there.
my Google will
Mr. Schneider,
You gotta restart your
are we
computer.
looking for this or like?
You're looking for 21st century skills. You got a list of things that kids today need to be good at.
Okay.
They need to be good.
I want you to look through that list on at least one page or maybe more.
Cheating.
Young people, I will remind you all that
Good
you
Lord.
do not search using images.
Good Lord.
Darn it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You need to find at least one page, probably more, because you'll get different lists on different pages, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you look something up and you find lists, you know there's gonna be a different list on a different page. What if the coolest thing ever is on a different page and you only open one because you're lazy?
Fair enough.
Don't be that guy, okay? I need you to find the three that you think, three 21st century skills that you think are gonna be the most important for the job that you think you want. So I just asked you what you wanna be when you grow up.
What if you don't know what you want to be when you're right?
Make up something and go for it. It's not like we're gonna make you do that for the rest of your life just because you said it today in class.
I don't want
Well, I thought that's not the
You're
one.
not
Dumb.
gonna feel us guilty for changing.
to. Crap.
Why would you do that, Schneider?
Because you are,
You want to just pick 3?
You are.
You know what?
Okay.
Pick the three that you think are gonna be the most important in your future job.
The
But-
three,
Oh, the three skills.
three 21st century skills that you think are going to be the most important in your future career.
How to make a box, how to make the box rain proof, and how to act for change on the side of the road.
Are you going to be a body
Homeless person?
undertaker?
No, he's gonna live in a box.
Stand by a stop sign at an off ramp and beg for money.
Exactly. In a box.
And then people are gonna offer you their job and you're gonna turn it down.
You know what you do? You live in a big city, and then you raise enough money, and then you, or like in the north, you live in a big city in the north for the summer, and then you raise enough money to buy a plane ticket, and you go to a big city in the south.
And then you come back.
And then
Or
come
you
back.
all graduate your sophomore year by doing the work that's been assigned.
Well-
Graduate and
That's my
stuff.
10th year of high school.
Or you graduate from high school with a 2-year college degree at the same time.
What? How does that work?
2 of my bosses did it.
That's dumb. That's
Graduated in college at 11 in the morning, or high school at 11 in the morning, and college at 2 in the afternoon.
Doesn't seem like a lot of. Doesn't seem like a lot more work
When did you go to college?
It might be more work.
that
But
I don't
guess what?
want to. That I don't want to do.
But guess what? You got your first 2 years of college over with.
Time out. What was he going to college for?
Both of them were cheating. Both of them were at the college.
Isn't that telling though, that she went automatically to a team?
I just said,
You, I know,
That-
it's ingrained in you, you know, it is.
Should we put this in a
Yeah.
document?
Bosses with PhDs are guys, yeah? Not always. When I was your age, that was about
If my
90%
tire
true.
needs changing though, I
Maybe
think
more.
I'm gonna call on Erica.
Now,
No.
How about a jump
Well,
start?
Erica's
We're gonna
dad.
call
Do you
it.
know how to jump start a car?
I wouldn't call him Gracie at
yeah,
all.
I've had to do it twice.
I didn't think I could like.
wow.
Hey Trevor.
Doesn't matter.
You know how to change the
Trevor.
oil
People
in your
spent
car.
all of Christmas in Iowa?
Maybe you don't want her.
Hey Trevor.
Why?
Our conversation is an idiot out wandering around.
Alright, go, go,
As
go!
long as it's right.
Oh. Century
Right,
skills.
right.
That you need in your career, Taylor. One.
Problem solving.
Problem solving skills. What is your future career?
I don't know what's all of
It does. Because,
I agree with that.
Because you're gonna have problems with everything.
well, last time I went to school in Burke in December, Mary called and said, guess what?
The
Our
car will
heater just
start.
died. And Dave just came and said, it can't be fixed, we're getting a new one. That sounds like a problem.
So your house is cold.
No,
Deal with it.
actually, it's got a hole in it, and it leaks heat, but it works kinda okay for now.
So your house is probably cold.
Well, it will be today, cause he's fixing it.
No, the thermostat set at 75, it's kinda hot in there right now. Because
I-
it's so
Dude, I
warm
would
out.
love to be there. My house is freaking freezing. It's like 68 degrees and I am freezing my death.
That's
I-
hot.
Taylor, I have a problem with that.
What? That's
You're the one that put
boiling.
up problem solving skills, right? Yeah, same question I had to ask your kids in Burke yesterday. You know, when I was in the 4th grade in 1980,
Millennia ago.
Listen,
Thanks, they're like more than a
She's
million
lying.
years old.
well, I started kindergarten in 75.
The 70s, man.
That would be nice.
Mrs. Schneider, did you have an afro?
7, so in 80, that would be 7.
No, does she have curly hair?
No, she had an afro.
Wagner. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and I had to solve problems back then before we had computers and 21st century skills. Why is problem solving a 21st century skill?
Because it's still.
Taylor is answering this.
Yeah, Danny boy.
Mason, look at this
There's
fly
still
on through.
problems and it's
What?
solving.
Didn't some guy named John, who liked the color green, solve a problem in like the 1700s?
John,
Just let it suffer.
You betcha.
Didn't some guy named Henry solve a pretty serious problem in the late 1800s?
Henry.
Ford. Henry Ford.
Yeah, but
The assembly
Duh,
of automation?
Daniel.
He didn't solve any problems. He
That
just
was
created
Daniel,
ones.
that was Alex.
the problem that I have with kids coming up with this as being a 21st century skill is because I can solve a problem.
Fish.
I just did it. I have a problem solving skill.
Good job,
Right?
Mr. Schneider. You
Here's
crushed
my
it.
problem with this. That's not a 21st century skill. How do I make problem solving into a 21st century skill?
Throw in a lot of algebra and geometry.
But there was algebra and geometry since the 1600s.
Computer
well,
solving skill.
I already said that, Daniel.
I didn't hear you. Sorry, Trevor.
Yeah, the thing that my mom can't do.
Tech.
Heck.
So, wait a minute, were there problems in the 1100s?
Yeah.
Sure.
And the 1500s?
Yeah.
And the 2000s?
Yeah.
And the 21st century?
Yeah.
So there's always been problems.
Yeah.
So how does problem solving skills end up as a 21st century skill?
Trevor?
What?
How does, answer the question you just asked.
We've had problems for thousands of years. How is problem solving at the top of our list of 21st century skills?
Because no matter what, we'll have problems to solve.
Because people don't get along.
Because life is a problem, huh?
Yeah.
Every single day is a struggle.
Yeah.
All of these are different because of the approach to it being solved. Today, if I have a problem, I'll be honest with you, first thing I'm doing is I'm going to YouTube to try to figure out how to solve it.
Same.
I'd say blame Haley.
You could, yes. It's Haley's fault.
It's always Phil's fault.
So we have
Blame
different
Haley.
methods of solving problems? Do we have different problems than they had in 1492?
Yeah. Computers don't work nowadays.
Right. Would Columbus get on a boat if he wanted to come to America today?
No, you get on a plane.
No, he'd probably get on a plane. He'd have to stand in line and take off his shoes and get patted down and walk through an x-ray machine with his hands over his head. And
Hopefully there's no
that's
bomb on
not the
him.
same as, what's those three boats you're supposed to memorize?
Mayflower?
something-
No, that's the
Santa Maria.
The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Memorizing
big boat,
useless
another
stuff
big
is
boat,
so
and another
sexy to
big
walk around the
boat.
room.
I'm sorry, I just remembered a boat.
Mayflower.
It's a big boat.
No.
What?
A 21st century skill that you are gonna need in your career.
Critical thinking.
Hey, that was mine too.
What kind of career is
Hey,
gonna need
guess
critical
what?
thinking?
No one cares.
All of them?
Don't say all of them. All of them's too easy.
But it's the truth.
How?
Because you gotta think in every single thing that you do.
Even the guy that works at the mink ranch,
Yeah.
gotta think.
Yeah.
I can't let all the meats get out.
Even the guy that works at the hog farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
think
gotta-
a lot.
You gotta beat 'em.
Even the janitor?
They won't trample you when
What?
you die. They eat you when you die. Get
Are you
right.
sure?
I'm sure.
What kind of critical thinking does the janitor have to do?
He has to think, well,
Whether or
if
not
I
he should
spill
smash the
this
living
on the
crap out of that
ground
kid that
and a kid
just
falls,
peed on
then
the
he could
floor.
die.
Oh well.
So
Over
there's
it.
safety concerns?
That's
Yeah.
mainly like violent prison. You can
I-
slip and crack his head.
I had a little struggle with the same concept in chemistry class the other day. How in the heck could I get chemistry in my head when we're talking about janitors?
All the chemicals they use.
Can you mix chemicals from the janitor's closet?
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing and you're not gonna like.
You throw
kill
something
someone.
down and it's not getting a stain up or whatever, can you throw something else on top of it?
Yeah, and it may explode.
Not necessarily, why not?
Because it can cause chemical reaction.
You could have a chemical reaction and you could end up burning a hole in your floor or causing an explosion or making a poisonous gas and killing yourself.
That could be
Oh, wow.
If
fun.
you know what you're doing,
I'll test
you
it.
could.
So even janitors have to use critical thinking skills?
Yeah. I, again, tie it back, how come that's a 21st century skill? Because we've always had to think critically. In fact, some would say that your generation doesn't think at all. And that the previous generations think more critically than you ever did. So how is this a 21st century skill?
Or do we overthink everything?
And I don't
I don't know,
think
it
that's a
depends on
problem.
what you're thinking about. though.
Thinking about your
Like,
clothes and your Facebook
Oh,
page
no.
and the text you just got, and
Oh no, I
Stuff
didn't know
not
I got
related
a new
to
text.
school.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Hunter, put your book up on the desk.
Okay, well maybe critical thinking.
oh, that was hard.
That was hard. So, I like his boots.
I don't.
I need a new pair of boots. It's winter time, I'm driving, so I should have a pair of boots in my possession.
I don't.
I like his boots because to me they resemble something like a pair of tennis shoes.
You
I
look
have a
good at
problem
tennis
with those boots though, because as soon as I step in a puddle of water, which I've been known to do, I'm not going to have dry socks anymore.
Yeah, you will.
So, I buy those boots. What do I have to do in order to solve my problem?
Put a plastic bag in it.
Here you go, Wonder Bag.
Well, I
tray.
hate wet
No.
socks, so they're so annoying.
Wonder Bread socks.
Spray waterproofing stuff on 'em.
What do I have to
Red
do?
socks.
Go buy the right spray.
What's
Put
the
other
right
boots
brand?
over here.
How about you just buy boots that work in the first place?
I couldn't afford those.
That
Or
sucks for you.
maybe
Well, you gotta look up some
Ooh,
weird deals.
I have a
online.
solution. I have-
Do you suppose they even know that they're doing it?
Mr. Schneider, I have a solution.
All you gotta do
Let's
is
go
not wear
barefoot.
socks.
Just go barefoot, and then you won't
And
have
wear
to
old
worry about
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, but then you get that like how when it rubs on your heel.
Oh well, it's better
You
than
have
your
to
socks
go-
being
you have
wet.
to do your research. Then you gotta figure out which spray out of all of them you want to buy. Then you have to come up with the money to buy it. Then you buy it. Then it comes in the
Don't buy it
mail.
and not wear socks.
Then you spray it on your boots, and you read the Then you read the directions, and then you spray it on your boots, and then you spray it on the boots again to make it really good.
Alright,
And then
so,
you wear
Are
'em.
you sure that's the right order?
And then you realize
Yes.
your boots
I'm
don't
always
fit
right.
anymore.
Sorry.
here's the problem that you're all doing. You're all critically thinking. You're bouncing ideas off each other within a large group, right? Here's where this now needs to become the 21st century skill. Farmer Dan back there
Hey.
Yeah, let's call him Dan
Wait.
from now
is
on.
bringing in what he conceives to be or what he perceives to be the right answer.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing?
I would look it up.
Listening
And taking what he says,
and thinking about
And
it.
saying it's wrong and he's stupid.
Or are you?
or are you?
I am trying,
'Cause-
and then I'm looking.
Time out.
There you go.
Time out. Let me see if I can peg what you're doing. Some of you are ignoring it because you don't like listening to Daniel talk.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Some
doing.
of you are discounting it because
It's
you
Daniel.
want Daniel to be wrong,
Right.
so
Yeah.
therefore I'm gonna find a way that Daniel can be wrong. Some of you think Daniel's kinda smart, so you're just saying, oh, yep, Daniel's talking, it must be
That's
right.
Thank you,
And then
Hunter.
a couple of you are maybe thinking about what he's saying critically and trying to analyze whether it's right or wrong without an opinion attached to it.
I say we just
That's
kill
the
him.
thing about supper tonight. Yes.
He's
Well,
bringing,
then there's that, so there's five.
he's
Okay?
bringing in what he thinks he knows in a group setting. All of that is critical thinking. Now to make it a 21st century skill, what do you have to do?
Look it up. Fact
Tie
check
in
it.
computers.
Correct, to some degree.
Research.
Figure out.
Google it.
I'm gonna bet I can get the right answer out of girls before I get the right answer of boys. Which
Sexist.
of the 21st century skills that you read out of a list reminded you of Facebook?
Oh, I don't even have Facebook, so.
Probably
Like, there's
technology
communicating.
literacy.
I probably read.
Technology literacy? That's what I thought I would get from boys.
There's
No,
communicating.
technology's stupid.
Social
Communicating,
skills.
Yeah.
social
Yeah, Riley doesn't
skills,
like
I said that
collaboration,
I don't have Facebook. I have nothing
okay?
experience in this field.
And that's what Mrs. Schneider was just talking about, but it never got said. One person's talking, but the rest of you should be thinking about the same thing. That's collaboration, communication, right? Collaboration means
Putting our ideas together.
working together to solve the same problem or similar problems.
Have you guys all seen that meme on Facebook? And I know, Parker, you don't have Facebook, just deal with it. That meme on Facebook that's common out there anymore, it says, listen to understand, don't listen to respond.
No, I have not seen that.
How many of you were listening to Daniel with your thought coming out of your mouth as he's saying something, just because you wanted to respond to what he was saying instead of listening and trying to understand what he was saying?
That was a
How many of you have had a conversation with me where halfway through it, I stop you and say, you're gonna have to start over again, I've stopped listening?
I have.
Yeah, most
Well,
of
you're boring, so.
I may not have told you all, but it's all happened to all of you.
So technically, we could be talking to you, and you probably aren't even listening
Oh,
to
yes,
us.
yeah, absolutely.
So long as we shouldn't ask you anything anymore.
God bless America.
Daniel, you
No.
are really dumb.
But how many of you
Sorry, you.
listen Yeah, what's my rule? Freshman year, what was my rule? How fast could you respond?
15 seconds think.
How come?
Because that means
Guys, you didn't even wait 15 seconds to answer that.
You're
That's
supposed
all
to
critical
listen
thinking.
to
She never told
understand.
me.
Because we're dumb and you don't wanna hear us for 15 seconds.
Well, that's a possibility. But I doubt it.
Parker,
Some of you need to remember
Twitter?
that listen is a verb.
just Instagram.
And listen is a personal thing that nobody can do
You don't have
for you.
anything?
Snapchat, but that's it.
Exactly.
Parker doesn't have.
Parker, come on.
Parker doesn't like to socialize.
A little less of that, there's a little more of this, please. Other 21st century skills that haven't been listed yet.
Initiative.
Initiative's important, why?
Because you have to know, you have to go with your personal knowledge and your instinct sometimes, and like based on what you know, you have to take leadership versus like, I don't know, just going with the flow.
Was leadership in your list?
Yeah.
Should be. Who's the richest guy in America?
Me.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
How'd he get that way?
Because he
leader.
made the computer.
He stole something.
Initiative. Initiative.
Initiative by dropping out of college.
Initiative by starting a business. By creating something that didn't exist before
In his garage.
in his garage.
Dude.
Initiative
awesome.
is super important. How
Or
do you get to go from being the guy that just got hired to work at a pig farm to owning a pig farm?
Dedication.
Requirement?
hard work and dedication.
Making
You
your
gotta
own
problem
power.
solve to figure out where the money's coming from.
Even if you're gonna steal stuff to get ahead, that still requires some initiative.
This is
You
fair.
don't get anywhere in the world by sitting on your butt and waiting for somebody to make good things happen for you. You have to go make them happen.
That's why 21st century skills to me are so much fun, because I'll pick on Hunter and Riley here for a minute or two. These two probably don't think they're the smartest cookies in the cookie barrel.
Yes, we are.
I think you are in
Barrel?
a lot of
I would love
respect,
to have a
because
cookie barrel.
think about what they're doing in their off time. Other than driving through fences.
Blowing stuff up.
What they are, they're working on stuff, aren't they?
Yes.
They're seeing what those limits are. How many of you have tried to do a cookie in your car just to see if you could?
I went in the ditch.
How many of you
They're
know that you
perfect.
can have 5 people on a sled if you have a snowmobile and a rope and a junky old car?
Ooh, I know that.
Yeah, we did it with our
And it works behind the
in the
lawnmower.
lawnmower,
Yeah.
no wheelie.
Yeah, we
Tre-
can, we can.
you know what else I found out? Trees hurt.
In the snow.
Hey,
But
you
that's
can do
a-
that without.
That's a different kind of
people you
initiative.
just pull on
This
with
right here doesn't always refer back to academics. The greatest things in the world have been accomplished because somebody took the initiative to try something. It could be anything from,
Like imagine that one dude who decided to drink milk from a cow.
there you go.
With that one chick who has a flashlight that works out of body.
Say that again,
Flashlight that
Taylor.
works off of body heat.
That's
I didn't hear the first part of it.
There was this one person who made a flashlight that works off of body heat.
Well, that's interesting.
What if you're freezing cold? It's not gonna work.
Well, there's a high schooler.
You're gonna be more than 80 degrees.
It's actually freezing cold in here, so can we turn on that heater?
You are a weenie.
There's a high schooler just recently had the initiative to create a cow tag that monitored the cattle. Modern
Did
health
what to
and-
the cattle?
Like a cow tag that you put in the ear
Yeah.
that monitors
Monitored, I thought you said modern.
monitors the heat. And it has GPS, you know where it is.
And he's from Mount Vernon,
It'll send.
isn't he?
Yeah.
His name is
That-
Justin Farrell.
And my sister knows him. I think he's on the same
His
floor
name
as
is
his sister.
John
And
Cena.
everybody knows him. He's like the smartest kid in South Dakota.
We came home on, I don't even know, it was, what, Saturday, we came home from finally being done with Christmas and all that other crap that happens, right?
Yeah.
We came home on Saturday, and the first thing you do is you look in the fridge, so it's like 8 o'clock at night, you know, Carl's is closed, right? You look in the fridge, how many of you have looked in the fridge and said there's nothing to eat?
Yeah.
Even though like the fridge is full, but it's like
That's
full
what I
of
did last
leftovers that you
night.
don't like.
I hate
Or you-
leftovers.
It
Or you
took
just don't
initiative,
want.
It took a little critical thinking and it took some problem solving, but I don't remember what you had, so what did you have to eat Saturday night?
I don't even know where I ate Saturday night.
At home. Came home from here.
Mr. Schneider. go
Yeah,
on
I
your
don't even
joke.
remember everything I
Yeah,
ate
we did.
yesterday.
But we didn't get home until really late.
It
I
was
ate twice.
Sunday noon
I ate
that I
twice.
had to do it, that's right. You
I
ate
had
Subway on
Subway
Saturday
and then I
night.
had a gas station sandwich.
I had Subway this week.
All right,
Like 3 times.
Oh, Mr. Schneider, I'll help in there.
Erica, we're gonna have to start going to Subway with Hunter.
I have
You
a
said you
good
had
plan
Subway
for
3
you.
times.
Alright, time out. We need to add to our list. Another important 21st century skill.
Flexibility
Flexibility.
Gosh.
Because
Write that down, please, Slim.
is on my list.
Write that down.
He's one of my
Look, Parker.
Because
Is that in the tree there? Write that down.
About you.
Well, you don't have to limbo.
Hey, if my
I'm gonna slap
say?
you.
do it,
how
I
much power
dare
does
you.
this have? Computing
Hey,
power?
hey.
A lot more than it was in
Woo,
the
I'm hot.
spaceship that took the men
It's
to.
hot in here.
Hey, focus up. First computer I bought was a 286, and then a 386 and a 486. That was before the Pentiums came out.
The what?
The first 3 home computers I bought, add them together, can't do what this does.
First computer had 16 megs of memory.
16 megs of memory.
Now these have 16.
And now you get a thumb drive that's literally that big,
That's 6
Nope, you're
and it has
good.
16
Try it. What do
gigs,
you want?
which is
A lot more.
1,000 times more,
Dry.
or is it 10,000 times more?
I have a 1
10,000?
terabyte drive that holds
Okay.
about 7.
Why do we
30
need
years
flexibility in the 21st century?
Me too, Gracie.
Dealing with different technology.
Because stuff changes every single day. You go 6 months on the same phone, and it's crappy and old, and I want a new one.
No.
No, not.
I've
I
had
wanna
this
keep
one
my
since
Your computers are
July.
less than 3 years
I've had
old.
my phone since
Are
8th
they
grade.
awesome or are they crappy and old?
You didn't even know I'm struggling.
They're way too easy. Let's do it.
Yeah, did you see my phone?
In the
before that?
21st century, everything
Hang
changes
on, he's almost
every
done.
day.
Please,
You know,
You
they
are.
just
You
make
never
one
know
decision.
when something's gonna pop up in your work that changes everything.
Like how we made a reusable rocket.
Some of you have older brothers.
Yeah.
You didn't get taught the way you're getting taught today. They didn't have to do the same things that you have to do. They had to memorize whole bunches of crap. They had to fill out all kinds of worksheets. That's easier for your brain, harder for your hand. You get writer's cramp. Not necessarily better for living in the 21st century.
For example, what happens if Dave doesn't, Dave already got called away once today.
He was in our house, got a phone call, somebody else's furnace died, and they're freezing.
that's
Mine's running.
So you're gonna go
Gotta be
again.
flexible.
So he went and he
Yeah.
helped, exactly. But what happens if he's in the middle of it and he's got our roof taken apart, putting a new chimney in, and he gets called to, oh, I don't know, like the hospital?
More priority.
Yeah. He's gonna
People
go out.
or like.
He's gonna go to the hospital.
Probably call him some assistance.
They'll invite you to go to the hospital with them.
He doesn't have anybody.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I didn't think he did.
He just hasn't.
So what are we gonna have to, cause you know what, if there's a hole in the roof and he gets called away to a more important emergency with somebody else that needs heat more than we do, cause it's just the 2 of us and the dog, right? We're gonna
Dog's
live.
gonna freeze.
It, dog won't freeze, in fact, we're gonna use the dog quite efficiently.
Yeah, dog's getting under the covers.
There you go. So, what do we have to do then? What do we have to do? We have to punt, right?
Yeah.
We have to use some initiative, we have to use a little critical thinking, we have to be a little flexible. We might be, I don't know, we might have to go find your little heater that you made last year out of little coffee, not coffee pots, but plant pots.
Go start the
Pots
car.
and Candles.
Go start the car.
And we might have to put it in the car,
There you
because the car is smaller.
There you
We
go.
might have to put the car in the garage.
You might have to
Close
like,
up all
into
your room.
car.
You could.
Close up that room, seal it up with their rugs around the door, seal
Shut
it,
up, and then you'll
duct
be
tape
already-
the door, and then
Next.
you're good.
Next, time.
Ty, just say yes.
I don't know what this means, but social and cross-culture skills.
Social and cross-cultural skills.
Just a minute, yeah, just look at that.
Something difficult.
Yeah, because we
Sounds
can
like
reach
not being a
people
racist.
who we would have never been able to reach.
There you go. When I was your age, in Scotland, South Dakota, 47 miles away, so it's not a whole lot different, we had a foreign exchange student, and everybody else was white and German or Dutch or Bohemian.
What is bohemian?
Bohunk, check. Check.
Czech
Oh,
Republic.
okay.
I actually live in Czech, not Czech Republic.
When I was a kid, it was Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Now it's the Czech
Czech
Republic.
Republic.
Do you deal with people that are different from you regularly?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Daniel's quite a bit different than me.
Daniel doesn't count.
Hey, I count for
Daniel
everything.
is weird. Sometimes I
Fucking
think
cool.
he's panicky.
You guys are in a classroom though that's pretty protected. I mean, you don't have an awful lot of cross-cultural. And when you get around somebody who is cross-cultural, the first thing a lot of you wanna do is stare or avoid.
No, I run away.
You are, you are the whitest people I know.
Actually, I
Actually,
can
I'm
speak
the
like 2
whitest
words
person.
in Italian. No, 3 words in Italian. So,
Kids that took foreign language when I was your age were few and far between.
Now you have to.
Now you
No, you
have.
don't.
Yeah, if you go to like college just outside of South Dakota, you do.
Yeah, even.
Why would
you
I
have
leave
to
South
teach-
Dakota?
Why not?
Yeah, why would you teach?
I saw on my Facebook page this morning a map of states I've been to. That's one of the things that's going around on Facebook. It's a gray map with red states that you've been to. Have you filled out one of those?
No.
Yeah. I've been to 9.
When I was a kid, that was like 7. And, you know, people that live near Sioux Falls got like 3 of them within a baseball throw. Right?
Okay, I've been to 3
People that live in Sioux City have 3 of them within their city limits.
3 of what?
State.
States.
Oh.
So having 5 is not abnormal? When I was a kid.
I have 3.
You have 3?
Yeah.
Let's go back that way. How many do we have in the background?
How many states have you been to?
Mason?
Like 7.
I bet
No.
Mason's got a lot.
9. 7, 9, that's it.
I don't know. I don't count. I just drive.
I bet our transplant over here has quite a few.
wait.
9? Holy cow, where did you go?
Yeah, I've been to like 7 or 9.
Lump of like us,
I've been to at least 12.
and I've been to Florida. way down there.
I was
But, like,
I've only been.
I'm at
I've
9 right
been
now.
How many you got?
So 8, 10,
26? Holy cats.
10.
10?
No, I've only been to California.
Do people travel more in the 21st century than they did in the 20th?
I got
Yeah,
3.
now it's a lot easier to travel too.
Haley, have you left South Dakota?
Yes, I've been to 4 states.
Jimmy
I've been
Carter
to
changed
3.
the speed limit. Speed limit on the interstate was 65, on the highways was 55.
No, I've been
Say yes.
technically
But now people go 80 on interstate.
Yeah, because that's a speed limit.
Did
Duh,
It's nice.
you give one yet? Riley, give me
Oh,
one.
for the game, sure.
Gracie, did you give me one yet?
Yeah. See, this will come in.
Communication?
Have you told them?
Communication is important.
Tuesday.
How many of you have touched your phone in the last minute? How many of you thought about it?
If it was school, I would have been on it.
Things to do.
How many of you, like, put your phone down for a minute and a half all through Christmas break?
Me.
I did.
Actually,
Oh,
I
yeah.
Sleep with it
Oh,
right
yeah.
next to you within an arm's length, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Your phone is
My
never more
head's
than
here,
this
my
far
phone's
away.
right here.
Sometimes I put it down for like hours on end, depends on the day.
Really?
Dude, mine did
Is it like
once.
away from you where you can't hear
Mine
it?
did once.
Oh my god.
Erica, but you sleep on
actually,
You
Mr.
sleep like
Schneider,
technically close to the floor, so.
No, I got new bed. Not on my phone.
I didn't get new bed.
The only reason why I got my phone.
It's been 2 hours, did you die?
Yeah, but
actually,
you bring
I
your
went a
frame in,
whole
too.
like 4 days without my phone because I was listening. So.
My charger's on my bed, like, right next
Like,
to
it's
me.
depending on what you're doing, like when I was.
I honestly could live without like.
My grandparents.
I could live without my phone. My phone just makes noise. I just can't figure out how to run some things.
Why don't you just give them your phone?
Yeah, why'd you just do that?
I don't need it.
So you're gonna let them have it for the
Okay.
rest of the day?
Gracie,
Yeah.
You got to
Oh,
I got communication for Riley
She'll get over it.
Collaborating yet?
and collaborating.
She'll get over it.
If only our
Trying to wake
students
up.
today knew how to collaborate.
We know
Yeah,
how to
we all hate
collab.
each
We choose not to.
I hate collaborating with people. I hate people in general.
Yeah, I hate stupid people.
No, I just hate people.
Is communicating and collaborating the same thing?
No.
No, collaborating is working together.
to collaborate.
Does
Yeah.
communication require action on the part of everyone?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know.
understand,
Trick
so like,
question.
listen and comprehend what you're saying.
There you go. We're back to that again. We're right back where we were 5 minutes ago, aren't we?
Oh man.
If I'm standing in front of the classroom talking and you're not listening, are we communicating?
No,
No.
you're just talking pointlessly.
Exactly.
But it can also happen where Taylor here could be absolutely dead silent and watching him and acting as if he's getting, and it's like me listening to you and halfway through I tell you, I stop
Start
listening.
over.
That's not communicating either.
That's zoning out.
So
Something
this one
Rude.
is made better by technology or made worse?
Better.
It depends on what
Yeah.
you're saying.
In
Cause
what way?
like you can Skippy with other people from other states and countries. It's Skype.
And am I listening to him?
Oh, yeah.
And
You
you can
can
text people and stuff.
But you
But-
also can ignore
Sometimes
people.
I get
You can ignore
really into
people
my
on the phone.
text
Shut 'em out,
message
put headphones in.
Exactly.
block you out.
So
Yeah, she does that a lot.
it depends how you
You do that a lot. I know.
Paige, that's not a nice thing to do.
How you use the technology determines whether communication is aided or hindered by technology.
I honestly just kind
Technology
of
is
zone
rude.
people out.
If you can bury yourself into your technology and ignore the crap out of your family.
Or
Well,
like
yeah,
call
again, you can do
ID.
that like with a book
Call
or
ID is
something.
I
ruined
hear what you're
communication.
saying.
I would do
don't
that.
comprehend
I
it
would do
enough
that
to
with something,
answer
not
it.
like
And then I'm like,
intentional, but
Paige.
something
Technology
Paige.
just helps you.
Page. And
I
then
wouldn't
you
just
find the
like, if
answer.
I were in a
This-
foreign family thing, I
I'd
would
like to
be
point out that
Sorry.
all of the girls started attacking me with how they don't do that. All of the guys bury themselves in a room and play games.
What are you talking about?
Same thing.
We're just going with questions.
How
Same
many,
thing.
the other problem with that is how many of you have ever received a text message you didn't know how to take it? Because the wording was such that it could be multiple different.
Yes.
I
Mason-
hate
Mason,
confusing
you do that
emotions.
So
What do
much.
you mean?
Any word for
Yeah.
text
I'd be like,
message.
why don't you tell me? And I'm like,
Or like, you think they mean this, but they actually mean the exact
Over it.
opposite.
Because if you're being
Over it.
sarcastic,
There's,
you
Yeah.
there's a good
Can't
Key
be
and Peele
sarcastic.
sketch about it.
You
how-
can be
Most-
sarcastic about something, but it's kind of hard to be
Dude, you are such a moron.
Yeah, whatever.
And then your next post 5 minutes later says, oh, I forgot to write that in sarcastic font.
and the other part to that is Brooklyn might get that from this really hot guy she likes
Oh
and is offended by it. And 12 seconds later, she gets the same thing from Erica, and she's like, so are you.
That's how that's a really
That is true though. That's
That
like
right there. That's
truest thing I've ever
recognition
heard.
right there.
that's a good thing.
Mr. Schneider, I have one piece to.
Erica, that actually happened.
The last one that we have to really, absolutely have to talk about, we could spend all day talking about all of them. This one right here is super important. That's way more important in the 21st century than it is in the 20th century. What's missing from class today that's usually here?
Mrs. Keller, yeah.
She hasn't been.
Is she ever gonna come back?
Yeah, she's on maternity leave.
Hang on, chill.
She had a baby.
Why did I point in collaboration and then talk about Mrs. Keller?
Because she helps us collaborate.
We're missing on important
Or
information.
in her place.
Huh?
And she's not even here.
No.
So technology helps us collaborate with people that are way far away. And that didn't used to be possible.
But right now it's not true.
Well, you could do.
Except for text, you could have written letters.
And since classes started, I've gotten several texts on a program called CoTap, which is texting for business. It records stuff because we have federal grants and you have to save all communications.
Well, that's stupid.
Oh.
Is that why you shouldn't
Federal
email with your
regulations and
federal?
stupid, yeah, I could go with that.
Yeah, my mom really doesn't like
Federal grants.
So
federal
collaboration,
regulations.
the thing that we need to get you to understand and talk about here is what is it? It's not just working together. And Erica's gonna do this part, Daniel's gonna do that part, Haley's gonna do that part, we'll just get this in there. That's not collaboration.
You're not
That's dividing a
collaboration.
task up
Dividing
and getting it over with. Yeah,
Divide and conquer.
divide and conquer is not collaboration.
Fake it until you make it.
I do not wanna see divide and conquer all semester.
Ah,
I wanna go a whole semester without seeing it.
Without saying what?
Divide and conquer.
But that
Wait,
was
really?
faster.
Yes, it does. But not everybody understands
I
all
don't like
parts
having to deal
of
with
what
people.
got done.
I just like singing.
But you're gonna have to get over that part.
no.
Because
People are
Can I deal with
dumb.
people?
and this
Aren't
one,
stupid?
and this one, and this one, and this one and this one. And right now,
Well,
where
I'm
we're
not-
at in our society,
I'm not
you
very
have to deal with other people. You just do.
Or you can move out to a really isolated place.
Exactly.
That's
That's-
not an option for 99.9% of the population.
Even.
That's what
even-
I'm gonna do.
Even the shows on Discovery and all those channels where there are people who are living in the bush or living in the mountains.
They're not
those
living in
kinds
the
of
bush.
things, they're
They
not
still have
living
like
alone.
modern technologies.
They are not living alone. They are collaborating with other people, whether it's other people who are living in the bush or they are living in cohabitation, collaboration with people who are helping to keep them alive.
I went specifically to the guys that live in tree houses.
The
When
bush,
she
bush,
said that
I
one.
wanna say bush people, bush in
Bush
Alaska?
people?
No, it's the Alaskan bush people.
That shows some.
That's the family though, right?
That's the family. And then there's one called Life Below Zero.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that the
a
one with the guys that live in trees?
I don't know.
They're always climbing trees and there's a logger that's invading the one guy's property.
That guy's in the woods.
I don't know what that one's called.
Oh.
But even those guys who are independent and
We're not eating
self-sustaining
until
and have no
12:30.
job,
Are collaborating with each
build
other.
and create their own
12:30.
stuff. I
It's
mean, like the
only
bicycle,
quarter to 12.
to lift them
It's
up into the tree.
11:45.
That is
Oh, you
awesome.
talk
I'm
about
going to
treehouse
do that.
masters?
No, that's where they build the tree houses and they live in our
Mountain
society.
men?
These guys live out in the middle of nowhere, maybe, might be called mountain men. But even they collaborate and work together to get a common thing done. But in this setting, in your classroom setting, you need to make sure everybody understands all parts of everything. And that's one of the reasons that we ask you to sit in a different place every day and sit next to different kids every day. Because you need to get used to communicating and collaborating with different people. Because your job, your second job probably doesn't even exist right now. People in my dad's generation grew up with parents that went to work for a company and died working for that company. People in my dad's generation thought that's how you do it. You grow up, you get a job, you go to work for this company, you stay there forever. People in my dad's generation lived longer than their parents. They got retirement plans from their company. I'm gonna give you 30 years of work, and you're gonna take care of me in my retirement. When I was growing up, that's what I was taught is the way to do it. My dad was in education. Teachers do not bounce around. Teachers do not take a different job. You get a job anytime, you stay there until you die.
That's
Is that
fair.
true anymore?
No.
No. Kids in your generation, it said, will not only change jobs 5 times, you'll change careers 5 times.
Holy crap.
You'll
Make
go
up your
from
mind.
banking to healthcare to entrepreneurship, doing your own thing
To a pig farmer.
as a taxidermist,
Daniel.
to going into technology. Who knows? You're gonna change your complete career 5 times.
No.
That is so different than my grandpa, who got a job and stayed there until he died.
Oh, Grandpa Harris?
No,
I was gonna say, I'm
my
gonna throw
grandpa
flags
Harris
on
was an
that.
outlier.
Was it what?
He was an outlier.
No, like I said outlaw, I was like, that's awesome.
But yeah,
He was
that's
a bit of a
pretty
gypsy.
much true.
Bit of a
What do you
gypsy.
do?
He was kind of weird.
He owned a farm, he owned a movie theater, he owned another farm, he owned
He
another
owned a
farm,
movie
he
theater
owned
where?
another farm.
Yankton.
He went to Oregon.
That's where I'm going. Darn it.
Kansas,
Not-
Yankton, out by Oneida,
Oneida's a
out
good
to
place.
Oregon.
Back out to
Started a
Oregon.
real estate business. Him and his brother invented the electric banjo.
It's awesome.
Are you
Not kidding
serious?
you.
Did they really?
Yep.
Why are you teaching?
My mom's uncle has a patent on the electric.
You could be a millionaire.
Let's see, like,
How
That's
many
because
electric
there's
banjos
such
have you
a-
seen in your
But
life?
you're stuck here. But you're stuck
If it was
here.
an electric guitar, I probably wouldn't be working. It would be
You
like,
could play, if it was an electric guitar, you wouldn't even have to work. You could sit in your mansion
and
and
Joe?
so, all of those things excuse me, are important no matter what your job is, true or false.
True.
Do you actually believe that, or do you know I want you to say true?
We know
I
it,
know
but
you
you
want
also
us to
know
say
we.
true, so I don't really believe it.
You really kind of need to believe it, because how many of those things are we asking you to do in class?
A lot.
Everything.
How many of the other things on the list, now let's flip it, how many things on that list that you found do we not ask you to do?
None.
What? ICT literacy.
I see.
What's your,
Internet, computer technology?
and this is what it says. Buck Trent. Charles Wilburn Buck Trent, born February 17, 1938, is an American country music instrumentalist, currently performing in Branson, Missouri. He invented the electric banjo and also plays the 5-string banjo.
Yeah, but
Do you
he's
think
got,
there's more than one patent
yeah,
for an
there's
electric banjo?
thousands of patents on.
How can you have more than one patent for the same thing?
Different
Something
design.
different.
They have to be a significantly different design.
Or it's a
Just like
small
John
part
Deere.
of it.
Just like John Deere, they have their own patent on their motor, but it could, Case IH may have their own motor, but it's just the same design. Not the same design, but almost
Yeah.
same, but one big difference.
Yep.
Ty's girlfriend had to go into work the day, when, well, it was like the day after Christmas, Christmas Eve, something like that, to sell a guy a nut. No, a bolt.
Oh,
To sell a guy a bolt. He drove down from Fargo
Jesus.
to buy a single bolt.
and he didn't buy
Because,
five of them, he bought one.
because the machine that he runs has a proprietary bolt in order to run. And
Who was that?
Ty's girlfriend.
Not me.
No, not you.
Well, everyone keeps looking
Oh.
at me every
Do you like Ty's
time.
girlfriend?
they
I
got
do.
silk scars for.
I'm gonna look up you guys.
I had a kid in Burke say that they didn't learn very much from
That-
class.
That,
And
that
then we had a
kid
conversation
probably
similar
died.
to this one.
Is that why we're having
You named after an
That's why we're having this
Australian
conversation, but you
singer.
also need to know that these things exist, and you also need to know that they're important, and you also need to know that while we don't talk about it all the time, we're teaching you these things all the time. We're asking you to practice these skills all the time.
Speaking of digital footprints, Brooklyn just said she was gonna like snoop us, so I
There she
snooped
is.
See
her.
that one right there?
Yes.
I did, I snooped her and I got right into her
That's
Instagram,
how I-
which is put up on what
did?
web? Yeah, I did.
Oh, I wanna see.
That's awesome.
Cheesing for a reason this season.
Oh, that's me.
Why don't you look me up?
Wowza, you guys are
I'm gonna
in
look Parker up.
love.
Yeah, you'll find nothing. Trust me.
Love you girls.
Hey, search
Women
my name, you won't find
make no
me.
sense.
Oh,
Look Trevor Lala.
is it possible that somebody that you don't want to be communicating and collaborating with you could?
Yeah.
Look at this, Haley and Paige and the Nuts Girl and Erica.
I looked up my dad, and
I've
he's
been-
all over. He's on the national or South Dakota Pork Board,
Yep.
and he's on all these other ones.
What?
I'm sorry, that sounds amazing.
What? The South Dakota
South
Pork
Dakota
Board?
Pork Board.
Parker Daly, you are
Did you
famous.
know? Did you know that Heath Brower isn't that
Wait,
hairy?
What?
Is this
Shut up! You're talking about the dome.
Parker, you're hot.
It says Dad's not that hairy.
They're making fun of me.
Do you even know that this is on the web?
Yes.
I'm not in
Those
Instagram.
are comments on
I'm
my
not
picture.
in Instagram though.
But those are comments on a picture that I posted.
Lots of pictures.
Because my brother.
Are you all aware of what's out there for you?
Hey, look my name up.
I
You
don't know
won't
how I
find me.
got it.
Yeah, look my name up. You won't.
You won't
I
find
bet when
me.
you look my name up, a bunch of Asians pop up.
Daniel, look yourself up.
I
Where'd you
have.
find that?
No one's
Get
find
on
me.
that.
And it was the first result for you.
Instagram web viewer.
Let me see.
What do you search if you're gonna search yourself? Just your name?
It's
No.
literally.
Well, I don't
here,
know
I'll
if
show
you
you.
got something.
How'd
It
you
is
search
literally
for
there.
yourself?
I typed your name.
I want to see this.
And
Erica,
it was
this
the first
is our
result.
very first thing that comes up when I type in my name.
And then bing.
That's nice.
We're gonna start here.
This is
2
mine.
seconds.
Start
on that.
Oh, go to that one.
I found my bad one.
I
I
don't want
searched
to
myself.
No, I want your
I know. It doesn't matter though, because here's the deal.
Well, it's selfie of me.
My grandpa's on like
You need to just make sure
5
that
This is
you're
bad.
something that is disordered.
Hey,
You need to get
Half hour.
Brooklyn, think about it. There could be like a weird master guy stalking you.
My grandpa and my dad are more favorite. They're both
My
online.
Twitter stuff comes right.
Page.
Not a lot comes up for me.
I found me. I look at me, myself, Facebook.
Yeah.
Pinterest. And then there's me and Haley, Becca.
Yeah, but like my only trick to that is like
My
why
Instagram
is
stuff
it
doesn't come up.
like
Well, I mean, like, there's some.
Hey, search my name. I don't think
Boom! I'm
No,
saved.
nothing's gonna come up for you.
Look at my Twitter. I
honestly didn't like
have my Twitter.
I used to.
Bam! I'm a hockey player, guys. I'm a hockey player.
look me up.
How'd you pull that up? I searched myself and nothing came up.
Well, not into it. Well, they can add you.
And then I bought Outlast.
Why does Brooklyn have so much stuff on?
Because she has no life.
I don't really know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just searching.
All right, sophomores.
All right, here we go.
Did you make that?
I am online. I don't like that.
Okay, I'm listening.
You guys just failed grade school.
Do
Yes.
it again. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Do it again.
I did.
Holy cats. All right. Next, I need you to do something in your head that is not collaborative yet. It will be at the end.
No.
I need you to go to Edmodo and grab the Word document that I dumped in there
Which
and do the brainstorm part first.
which one?
I need you to, there's only one.
Duh.
Yeah, there is.
I need you to do the brainstorm on all of the questions that were asked before you do any research on any of the questions. Because you're kids and you don't have willpower and you can't research one thing without running into another.
You want us to save the computer?
Yes. I want you to save it. Remember our file structure? Last name, first name, school.
So
And what it's already got.
Oh, we're supposed to put our first name too? I thought it was our first initial.
That's fine. Unless there's two of them. Then there isn't.
You never know.
I always want
I
to
had one class that had 3 Lyles in it though.
download it, right?
Well, that's not that.
Shocking.
Right
Wait,
here.
what's it called?
What is that?
Inheritable.
If you
Oh,
don't change the name when
Marcus,
you
Riley,
download it, you
Chad.
don't ever have to
Yeah.
rename it.
What?
It was probably a chemistry class or something,
I don't know.
or an advanced bio class that
I
had
don't think Marcus. is-
more than one class.
Marcus Mariota is an
It
NFL
was probably
football
advanced
player.
bio.
I was gonna say, 'cause I don't think Marcus and I would have to
What?
question.
Everybody has to take
So
3
here's the
sciences,
traits are
advanced bio.
Yeah, so
Good to know.
I don't have.
You need to go
Hair color, those kinds of
answer 3
things.
questions
So what I want you to do
from your
is
brain
put
with
down
no research, and then do the research, and then cite sources.
classmates, so you
How
say-
long
And-
do we have this?
what's the question?
I'm thinking like 10 minutes of quiet time should fix that.
For citing sources.
Like, 'cause I know this is boring, I just have to like.
I just want you to look
For
at the
citing
classmates.
sources, you don't just copy the link. My computer's.
I'll take a link on this one for now, because you're gonna end up
Riley.
Mrs. Schneider's not gonna be happy.
fixing things later.
So we'll still have a
Yeah, right
list.
there, right where cursor
I'll
is.
take that.
My
So
computer's
first
being
day and
slow.
start
Right
out
there.
with
Wait, am I-
Yep.
Wait, so what are we doing?
What?
You want us to brainstorm and then go research what we're
You're
doing?
not researching anything yet. We're brainstorming, Alex. Do you not listen?
Haley, be nice.
I got like $20 though.
That's it?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Wait, what is readily mean?
This is a quiet activity.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought I said.
Yeah, what does that mean? Readily. Right there.
Readily,
Yeah, what does that mean?
easily. That you can do it quick and simple.
Okay.
Can I go to the bathroom?
You gonna be quick?
Yeah, as quick as I can.
First responder.
How many traits do you want us to put in? many as you can think of, so when you're screenshots, don't ask. Don't ask.
I am extremely hungry right now.
She gone. What just happened?
Alex was talking about how McDonald's worker was talking to an emergency response.
I think you broke her.
Collaborative little group right there.
Alex was like,
Don't read
so
it.
stupid.
It was a video.
Trevor's
Don't
like,
watch
"Don't read it." And then Alex is like, it's video, then don't watch it. You don't have to.
And Trevor's like, oh, thank God. Solve your own damn problem.
Yeah, I feel like this question seems too easy. I don't know if I'm reading it correct.
You want us to pass versus.
I didn't think it was that probably. Like, wasn't.
I didn't either. When you start to laugh, I start to
I was talking
laugh.
about like,
When people laugh, I laugh.
literally like person's.
That's.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Amen.
Amen, brother.
You can walk into a room and you can go, boom.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
Oh wait, so they can be sitting and you have to be able to observe it too?
I don't know. Something we can do really quick.
Jelly rolls.
In
Kidding.
7 more minutes, I'm gonna put you in groups with some kids.
Great, groups. Kill me now. That time.
Okay, what can you tell me about those kids over there? And right here, what can you see about those kids over there?
I've never seen you cry.
I gotta see you guys. What did you cry?
Yes. So, let's change this. You can see the color of the hair. What else can you see?
Remember, you guys, brainstorms come out of your head. It's what you think, it's not what you want to be right about. So you're not looking to be, oh, nope, that's wrong, you're not, that's not what you're doing here. We want you to put down as much information as possible. Sorry, don't go answer Sarah's question. Huh? Am I, yeah, what color's mine?
Purple.
What color's his? It's almost gray now, isn't it? Yeah. Which page?
It stinks in the hallway. It smells like broccoli.
Ugh, broccoli.
So, write those down. What else?
I messed up on a first.
So, what else do you?
Page hit me.
Yep.
Genetics.
Oh, what is this study or
Eye
what?
color?
Talking about like
You want a brainstorm.
survey or like,
Yeah, okay, so write down eye color.
Oh, yeah?
so you're surveying.
Ow.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
What's your observable?
And
Did you read?
No.
It's on your question.
Okay, so what's the
Heritage,
difference
so
between
from
mom and dad?
what's inherited and observable? Because your clothes are observable, that's easy,
That's all I have.
but that's not
Yeah,
inherited,
so let's
so we don't
write
care.
down height. Do you learn how to spell height?
How do you get the bar to come down
Top one, starts with an H.
and stay down? Do you just pin?
Okay, so we need
And
an
that's
H.
instead. And when you want it to go away, it's the same place.
I never wanted to go
I.
there.
G H.
What the heck? Deal in that box. So
Hey,
what about your?
Fix it.
soft, the soft ones. Are good for grade. And she didn't have to speak to me. She's not
So she wants to hurt her grade?
I think to some degree, she wants to grade behavior as opposed to grading work.
You want us to research your
Yep, after you do the brainstorm, go ahead and do a little research
About what?
What else?
and see what you find. And add
My
to,
shoe sizes.
don't erase anything that you put in your brainstorm,
Just put it in the research area.
put it in the research
Do you
row.
have more than one answer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cause I could think of like 50 right now.
Don't
That's a brainstorm, kiddo.
Plop
All
'em
those
down.
right there.
Plop them down on paper before they disappear.
You guys
You don't
listen,
wanna lose 'em.
brainstorm is literally a vomit from the brain. If you filter your brainstorm, you're not doing it right.
Nothing that's even close to school appropriate will ever be counted wrong in a brainstorm.
Can you put your feet?
Oh, that can be tested.
Good. You're on the right track. Keep going. Hunter, you're not working.
You're under 4 minutes. And this has to be done, and then we're submitting.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Wait, the brainstorm on all 3 of them has to be done?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Get
What
on
else
it.
do you think?
How long do we have?
3.5 minutes.
You're doing the research too?
Mhm.
No. You have to brainstorm before you research.
Yes.
I didn't even think of that.
Focus. Keep going.
One saying yes and one saying no.
Yeah.
Focus. Keep going.
I'm just brainstorming.
Thank you. So, let me ask you this. How can
I
we
don't know
ask?
what this means.
What part?
While minimizing the amount of distribution.
So you're researching, aren't you?
No. Disruption. Oh, I understand. I read the word wrong.
There you go.
What?
No, I'm just gonna chat with my hubby real quick.
Okay.
So,
Good enough.
Mm-hmm. That's a process. You're right.
I never put those two things together. Yeah. Keep going. Okay, so how would you ask? How would you ask? All the 7th graders through 12th graders, how would you find out how can answer from all? What would you do? Would you ask them?
Done.
Would you send
Crushed
an
it.
email? Would you go talk to them? What would you do? You'd ask every 7th through 12th graders, find out what their fight for was. How would you get that? Would you go look at them? Okay, I want you to write down what you think you did. So go look at them. Like that. Go look at them. Go look at them. And I'll be right back. Look at them.
Yeah. PTC. PTC paper. They're like the
Ooh, sirens.
It sounded close too, didn't it?
Some people can taste it, some people can't.
These little kids.
And once it
No,
can't,
there actually was.
it's horrible.
It's probably
like
them cops.
sour,
I hear screaming.
bitter, and
Is the
gross
window
all
open?
at the same time.
I hear the sound of not one.
That'd be interesting.
Why, where is it like on the TV?
Maybe someone got stabbed.
Don't say that. Because then I'm really gonna be scared.
Why?
But I'm just not ready for it.
You have all those. So when you take research to add to your information, not confirm it.
Dude, that's some drugs there.
See, that's
Yeah,
what I was
about, like,
afraid of.
10
No.
She's adding to, not confirming what she knows.
I'm confused
Oh,
with
he
the
put both websites on.
But again, it shouldn't just be a website either, it should be a full citation.
He said to do.
Huh?
He said we could just put.
Oh, he lied to you, all
I told
sorts
you
of
Mrs.
lied to
Schneider's
you.
gonna be mad.
He lied all sorts of ways.
My timer's going off any second now. 1, 0.
1, 0.
One word that isn't probably in your list, but I think should be, is integrity. What does integrity mean?
You're honest what you say.
Honest? And if I'm honest with you, am I always gonna tell you good things?
No?
No.
No? Sometimes being honest and showing integrity means that I have to say bad things. Sometimes it means I have to yell at you and give you detention. And take away your phone and stuff like that. Okay? But I think this is really important. I know it's really important inside this room that you have academic integrity. That you do your own work, even while you're playing footsie with other boys.
No.
Daniel?
You can hit me.
Careful.
I wish I,
That you actually try to do the things that we ask you to do, and not just try to skate through. That you try to accomplish the tasks that we give you, because they're gonna cause you to do these and practice these and get good at these. And if you're good at these, you can have any job you want. And that's the God's honest truth. You guys are all smart enough, you can have any job you want, in any field you want, if you have those skills. Now, the assignment that you were just given asked you to brainstorm. Did you write anything on the brainstorm line after you started researching?
No.
You should not.
I didn't even get to the research.
Did you do research and change your thinking? Or did you solidify your thinking? The ideas that you put in brainstorm, are they very similar ideas in research?
Kind of,
No.
yeah. Some of mine matched up with what was in the.
Okay, and did you automatically throw out the stuff that didn't match up with your research?
No,
No.
I left it on there.
That's the problem that Barry and I were discussing in the back. If you're gonna go do research and you're just gonna take what you find and throw out what's in your brain before you do the research, that's not doing it right.
Ugh.
Your research should be very closely related to what was in your brain to begin with. Some of the things that you think are wrong, okay? Some of the things that you're taught in grade school are wrong, because your brain isn't ready for what's right. So we teach you something that's kind of close, and then we'll fix it later.
Doubt it.
When you're ready for it, when you're more mature, when you have more mature intellectual understanding of things. Okay? You were taught to do math wrong,
You are?
and I can prove it.
Or that the goldfish, took a walk.
Oh,
Goldfish.
my goldfish did not take
Really
a
only
walk.
fish
Yet.
for a little short.
Where do you start that problem?
Just to listen.
Your very first thing you write down is the 3 right there, right?
No.
Wait a second.
Time out.
The very first thing you should do should be the most important thing. Wait 1 second.
What?
What's the most important single digit in that problem? It's the biggest number. And the biggest number is the 4.
I'm confused.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I added the dollar sign, which makes that 2 right there the most important number in that whole problem.
I don't know how you think that we were taught, but I don't remember any of this.
I
You
know
were
Yeah,
taught
same.
to take the 1 times the 3 and put a 3 down there and then go to the next column.
No.
No,
I
it's
got
not
three.
okay.
3 times 4.
Time out. Time out. The very most important thing should be done first. If I get this wrong, how much money do I lose?
$3.
Oh,
Less than $10.
Jamie, you just
If I get this one wrong, how much money do I lose?
it.
A lot.
Possibly $9,000,
It's a lot of monies.
right?
It's on your desktop, but you just hit save.
Why don't we start multiplying by doing this and saying I got $200 times 100, so I'm going to start out at $2,000 and go up from there. So if my answer is less than 2,000, I did something way wrong.
Button up there.
Bravo.
And this is pretty close to 250,
There you go.
and this is over 100, so my answer is going to be over 3,000.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's your
It's
stuff.
kind of important. You don't
Why don't we start there?
Just
Because
Why
we
don't we
weren't
teach
taught
math
that
to
way.
start with the most important stuff?
Good, good,
To
good.
start with the big deal.
That's
I'm
it.
still
You just need
confused.
to
How are you
listen.
doing it?
I'm not doing it. I'm just using some common sense and saying 250 times 100 is going to be 2,500.
Can I point out, though, that you've got
Or
a classroom,
25,000.
you've got a classroom full of kids who are doing exactly what we want you to stop doing. You guys are trying to find the end result instead of the process to get there. You're all concerned about what the answer is as opposed to listening to understand the process. How many of you are trying to solve the answer?
I know I
I'm
could, so
still
I'm not
confused
trying.
on what we're
You
doing.
can't multiply
This is
those?
approximately
Not in my
250, this is approximately 100,
Why is it going?
and 250 times 100 is 25,000. So my answer better be bigger than 25,000. I did something wrong. Is $25,000 more important than
Jana,
$3?
just listen.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we start with the big deal then?
Because then you can mess up going along the way.
Cause it's easier to start at the beginning and work your way over.
No.
I honestly don't know what.
Now wait a second. I was standing over here and I was talking about you taught things wrong over there.
Technically,
'Cause it's easy.
It's easier to start on the right-hand side
Yeah.
and work your way through. Is that the right way?
No.
I have no idea.
Oh my God,
I don't know, is it?
That's why they invented
Hang
calculators.
on,
you can
hang on, hang on.
start on the right side
You should. You were taught to.
and then.
But you can screw that up really bad. And you can end up thousands and thousands of dollars wrong, starting on the right side. And messing up one thing in the middle, and then continuing until the end. You'll end up thousands off. If you start here, start on the left side, you're gonna know pretty much what your answer's gonna be. And then when you go and do it from the right to the left, you'll know if you screwed something up or not. And when it's money, it's important. If that's your salary, that's important.
So
You mess
we
up
should just use a
$7,000.
calculator.
Yeah.
That's, Parker, you continue to say how you're confused, but again, you're trying to buck, instead of trying
No,
to
I don't even-
understand,
You're trying to get
you're
this
trying to
answer.
solve the answer.
The concept that I'm talking about is in grade school, we teach people things that are wrong. And you can come into this because it's easier. Because you're not ready for the hard stuff.
Parker, what are you confused about?
What are we doing?
Listen,
I don't. Why are you doing that?
Ignore the math. We're talking about when you're little, when you're 7,
Okay, I get
you're not
that.
ready to handle some of the
I'm
things
just
you're ready
confused
for
about
when
the
you're
problem.
17.
because you're trying to solve it.
No, because why are you going from the first? Like, I don't even know if I even remember how to multiply stuff by writing it out.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
No,
That's a different issue.
I honestly don't know how to write math problems out anymore.
No.
It's okay.
If you guys can't do that without a calculator, don't take the ACT.
Well, I'm.
Did they give you a piece of paper for you to work on?
Yeah,
Yes, you got scratch paper and a pencil. I
not
was
yet.
not
I don't
allowed
Not
know.
yet.
I can go over.
Just
Do we
sit.
gotta have calculators?
I think so.
What he's doing there
Oh,
is
12
he's taking
minutes.
an estimate, so he knows that he has to be around.
Jane,
you never
you have to
said
listen.
that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
Mr. Schneider's trying to
Well, I
talk.
never heard
I'm-
it.
I need to hear it.
A ballpark,
That's
so
where I
that I
got
know.
Just sit for a
confused.
second,
My answer's gotta be
Then
$25,000.
You're
I'll
actually
tell you
doing
when
the
to get
question.
ready.
Yeah.
Okay?
But it
Yeah, that's not an answer.
necessarily wouldn't be 25.
They just say 25,000 or better.
Because you rounded up to 25.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
just shut up.
We don't care. He's just saying it's gonna be 25,000.
You guys are all sitting in front of a computer and you have a phone and you have access to at least 3 calculators.
I already did it.
What is it?
29,643.
At least 25,000.
3. So it's gonna be at least 25,000. If my answer isn't over 25,000, it's wrong, and I know that. Just by taking a glance and looking at 250 times 100.
Now to the point.
The point is, they don't teach you everything completely correctly because you're not ready for it. Throwing that concept at a 7-year-old will freak them out. They can't do that. They have to learn one thing at a time, and then add the next thing, and then add the next thing, and add the next thing. And when you get over on this side of the street, we can fix the things that weren't quite right. We can add to it, we can subtract from it, right? Okay? So, what we need you to do in a brainstorm and a research is the same thing. Don't throw out everything you know. Don't go to that research and say, oh, this is it, and just ignore the things you put down in your brainstorm. I need you to have some integrity, show some initiative, do some critical thinking about the things that you thought you knew. How right are they? How wrong are they? Were they close? Were they, oh, I had to move a lot to get to what I'm finding is right. And when you find one site, that's not right. When you find it on 4 sites, then it can be right. Remember Billy's website. Show some problem-solving skills. If you're not figuring it out on your own, communicate with someone and collaborate and work together so that the things in your brainstorm can be turned into things that you actually know. The things that you think are right are not always right. They're not always wrong. They quite often need to be modified a little bit, and that's what we were talking about back there is don't throw out your brainstorm, modify. Change the things you think you know into the things you know you know. Problems? Questions?
I need food.
Is it submitted?
No.
I gave you 10 minutes.
But I'm not
Did you
done.
waste half of it?
It's not done,
No.
it's not done.
Okay. I don't care.
Okay.
I wanted this done before noon today.
You guys wanted the first.
I'm gonna be flexible. It's okay.
We can edit it after we finish.
Yes, but don't edit your brainstorm.
Just edit your research.
Edit your research.
Okay.
She wants to
Did I
know what
cover
we
everything you
have.
want to cover next?
Yeah.
Okay.
After we got lost in the middle.
Should we still have it in that? And
Is it
just-
done?
And just annotate it?
Yes.
Sure.
Trevor.
Okay.
No, back, stop.
We have 7 minutes of class left,
Yay.
and we have our second concept for the day. Our third,
Darn it.
or fourth, 137th, whatever it is.
I know Mr. Schneider told you to just put the websites down. I'm modifying that. It's a full citation with in-text citation as well.
Okay.
APA.
Ever? No. Which one?
APA.
That's what we usually do. Right?
No.
Yeah.
That's what you've done this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
You also know how to do MLA.
No, I know how to do it.
I know how to put it
It's called
into a-
eBay.
Yes. Easy Bib will do MLA for you, but it won't do
Bib
APA.
does.
Right,
APA.
Night will do APA for you.
I don't know who this is. It says he
Night spelled.
worked for. Okay.
So do you want
You
this
don't know
finished
Jeff Doss?
on, or by next
No.
class?
I maybe the person my dad partnered with before my grandkids.
Probably.
Yeah, I do.
He lives 2 miles
David.
south of town.
Match
Dark
it.
hair.
I saw him this weekend.
Who?
That's
He's got 2 kids, but I can't come up with their name right this
Is he
second.
the one that drives,
3? Oh yeah, one of them's,
Ben.
Ben's
Ben,
just
Jessica
little.
and Jeff.
Jessica?
There you go.
Is he the one that drives,
King
73
Ranch.
Platinum Power Stroke?
I think he may have been the one my dad partnered with when we first had to start buying our own pigs.
Probably.
But then my grandpa decided, well, my dad decided it would just be better if it went there.
What are you on?
I searched my dad, and it pulled up from his farm.
Jeff, Jamin.
So our next concept. I need everybody to save and take a time out here.
Gotcha.
Okay. Our next concept.
50 usually. Later, not now.
Yes. Everybody listen.
Go to chorus, and then you have class. You want chorus today? So then you go to class.
Hereditary traits.
And then you list out class before.
They're difficult.
That's what you're dealing with here in this worksheet, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever the heck that's called. What did you come up with?
Dimples?
Curly hair.
Dimples, curly hair,
No, I didn't do hair because a curly hair girl can straighten her hair one
hair
day.
color,
Yeah.
handedness.
Well, if you could ask.
Eye color,
Because I said for hair color, like,
skin color,
too simple of a question, just ask
height,
if it's
weight.
natural, and then if it is, just write it down.
Sure.
If it's natural, then ask.
skin color, height, weight.
The problem you have with that in any survey like that is that people will lie.
Yeah, that's what I figured, so.
Well, I didn't still put it down. I didn't put hair
Freckles.
color or anything.
Freckles.
I did
But
put
they
on my
don't
brainstorm. I put
Height
light
and weight.
color, That wasn't one in my. I put freckles and dimples and a
Right.
butt chin. Yeah.
Height and weight too.
Left chin.
I
And I don't know.
I need you to start thinking. Hang on. Before Wednesday, I want you to think about
Thursday.
Thursday. Sorry.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I need you to think about how can we survey the whole stinking school,
Whoa.
like 6th or 7th grade through 12th grade.
Oh,
I did
forever.
that
I'm gonna,
once.
How can we-
I'm gonna change your phrasing there. How do
Okay.
we collect data?
How do we collect that data?
Like,
Grades?
with a
Yeah.
chart.
Like is school food good or not?
It could be anything.
Yeah.
But yes, trade specifically.
And how do we do it so that we're not screwing up everybody's class, that we're not causing a major commotion and sucking up whole great gobs of time from somebody else.
We go to each class and we take one at a time.
No, because that would still mess up their
I didn't do that
No,
once.
because then they class can
Did
continue.
either of you stop and listen and comprehend what the other was saying, or did you
Yeah.
just respond
Yeah.
with your own idea?
Yeah.
I did.
And how many of you actually processed and thought about it before you started talking?
I did.
I did, but Daniels wouldn't work because it would still interrupt the class.
But the
Maybe.
class continued.
But can we interrupt for 3 minutes? Can we interrupt for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, it
Can we
depends
pull
on the
one kid
teacher.
out? Is that better? Or is it, we need your whole class for 5 minutes?
We need to go class for 5 minutes.
I need you to stop and think and contemplate and process
Sometimes.
and come back on Thursday with a semi-formed plan for how to attack this problem. We need to figure out which traits that we can survey, what data can we collect quickly and easily, how do we collect and organize and keep that data. We have privacy concerns. Anytime you're dealing with humans and you're dealing with a survey or scientific study, there's always privacy concerns. You cannot tie an individual's name, an individual's ID number, and their data all together.
That's dumb.
Even if they give it voluntarily, everybody in the school is a minor. And they're not able to give consent.
I'm not a minor.
That's not true.
Well, with very few exceptions in the senior class. Everybody else is a minor.
I got you there.
Well, and the silly part about that is that, the school materials are very different.
Yeah.
I don't mind things.
We can do things in a school that you can't do outside of a school.
Cause you guys all signed off on that, right, at the beginning of the school year.
I didn't.
I
Wait,
didn't
what
sign
was
any
that, right?
papers.
But
You're not in charge of you.
Yeah, I am.
Your parents signed off on that
And
paper,
actually, by
didn't you?
not signing, they agreed to it.
Oh.
Sorry.
because there was no newspaper and no big lawsuit, everybody signed. Or
I'm gonna sue the school just because I want to sue something.
gave their assent that way.
Oh,
So, you'll be thinking about that,
Yes.
and you'll come back with a semi-formed idea.
Yes.
And ready to make a plan
Yes.
whatever floats your boat.
together.
So you don't want these things done?
We need that little 3-question thing kinda completed before class on Thursday.
No.
Following up with his job.
God no. Oh please, God no.
Not
We're
really,
studying hall
but
today.
kind of.
Callbacks.
Yeah.
Your callbacks
Yeah.
after
Your
the.
dad came home and tells me something.
This is a very dirty hose.
Zoning board, he said he's about ready to fill up.
And then you leave at 2:50.
There's so
Fight?
much money involved.
Fight me, mate.
You start getting lawyers.
It's this hog bar's basically going up. They're this far along. It's good.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Because you guys don't talk.
It wasn't,
That doesn't
for leaving, it was for not
the way things have been
talking
going.
to me before you left.
I